Welcome. For those who don't know, this is Elder Amoja Ajabu, your host for Ajabu Speaks. This program is dedicated to stripping the clothes off of well-dressed lives, and there's a bunch of well-dressed lives running around here. This program unapologetically is given from a Pan-African perspective. That means that this perspective is not based on where you have citizenship or where you was born or who you call yourself a citizen of. This program is based on your origin, on the people that originated from right here in Africa. You can see the big picture right here. The elder is unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. The topic that I want to deal with today is how black men, African men, in the United States military shut down the military in 1969 during the Vietnam War. Let me build the platform. In 1969, the U.S. Army had approximately 1.5 million troops in the totality of its army. This number is a peak in the Army's size during the Vietnam War area. At the peak of the Vietnam War in April 1969, there were approximately 543,000 American troops in Vietnam, 500,000. Troop withdrawals began in June 1969. Now you got the largest number of soldiers in Vietnam in 1969, but in June you decide to leave. Why? Around April 1969, a Vietnamese woman who we called Saigon Mary set up a PA system outside of the perimeter of Saigon. And she posed a question that rings loudly in my ears today. She said, black man, why are you over here fighting for a country that is fighting you? Why are you over here fighting us for a country that is fighting you? Let me put that into perspective for you. And we're talking about 1969. I joined in 1968. In 1969, I had to go to, in 1968, I had to go to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, for what they call AIT, Advanced Individual Training, and they was teaching me how to become a truck driver, how to drive a semi. And while I was there, which I got there about April the 4th, and I've told you this before, when Martin Luther King got killed, assassinated, shot in the head by a Ku Klux Klaner, St. Louis went off. St. Louis rebelled. Evidently, orders came down to the post commander to take troops to St. Louis to help quell the rebellion. The post commander made the decision, and he might have been told this. I wasn't in on that conversation, but I do know that there was an order given for all soldiers, African soldiers, black men, to go to a remote, and we were marched to a remote area of the post and they put an armed guard around us, circled us. And we were told that if we tried to leave the base, we would be shot. I get to Vietnam. Saigon Mary gives her message. And all the brothers down through there said, damn, really? It made so much sense. Why are we fighting for America when America is fighting us? On the way over there, they done killed Martin, April 4th, 1968. On the way back, December 1969, they killed Fred Hampton and Mark Clark. Ain't no telling how many brothers and sisters done died whose names we don't know, but still it rings so true to me and to the brothers, because when we heard that, we said, damn, when we started talking with each other, said, bro, why, did you hear what Saigon Mary said? Saigon Mary shook us, woke us up, said, dang, gone, we over here fighting for the people that killed Martin Luther King. What sense that make? And so we quit. Saigon Mary gave her words probably April 1969, a year after Martin is assassinated, and 2 months later, the United States military made the decision to get out of Vietnam. I'm telling you, the reason why they made that decision is because we stopped fighting. We said we ain't fighting for a country that is fighting us, done killed Martin. No, we quit. And if you understand our numbers, when we was in Vietnam, there was 275,000 of us. They didn't have but 500,000 there. That means that we were 50% of the people in Vietnam fighting for America, and America is killing us. They done killed Martin. Nah, we said we gonna quit. We gonna stop. It don't make sense. Why would you, or why would we continue to fight for this country and it's killing us? Something wrong with that thinking. And as I tell you all the time, I'm not trying to tell you what to think, but I am sharing with you how to think, because that thinking makes no sense. Why would you fight for a country that is killing you? Killed Martin, killed Fred, killed Malcolm, killed Medgar Evers, still killing us, George Floyd, Trayvon Martin. Why would we fight for a country that's doing that to us? And so we quit. Said, nah, let's do something else. And see, the experience that I had when we quit, the company commander, and he's probably told by the post commander over in Vietnam, in Chu Lai, they come and say, okay, if y'all ain't gonna fight, we gonna take our weapons. We gonna take your weapons. We said, shoot, we said we wasn't gonna fight the Vietnamese. We didn't say we wasn't gonna fight you. And if you gonna put us over in a war, put us over in the theater of war and talk about take our weapons, man, you ain't thinking right. Let us share with you how we thinking. You come to take our weapons, we gonna fight you. Needless to say, they didn't take our weapons. And what we done, instead of turning our weapons in when it came time to leave, we would leave our weapons with the soldiers that was coming in so that they could defend themselves as America had made the decision to leave. And they got out of there in a hurry. That brings me to where we are today. And the question that Saigon Mary asked in 1969 is still relevant today. I look at the brother, what's his name? Michael Brown. Not the one that they killed in Ferguson, but Michael Brown, who was the first. Ain't that amazing? The namesake of Michael Brown that was killed in Ferguson, but he was the first general, black man, African, to run the United States Air Force. He was the top dog. He moved from being the top dog of the Air Force and became the top dog with the Joint Chief of Staff, the military that sits and advises the president. He became Biden, Genocide Joe, appointed him to be head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Here just a couple of weeks ago, Duck fired him. Told him that now we don't no longer need your services. Time for you to retire. Get your butt out of here. Because he supported DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, which was the program that they said that they done put together to right the wrongs that they done against African people here in America, who our citizenship right here in America. They said, okay, we done you wrong, so we're gonna come up with DEI, and because it's General, Duck said just because General Brown supports the correction of the wrong in the military, he fired him, ran him out the door. Told him not only did he fire him, he says in everything in the Navy's library that talks about the achievement that your people, African people, have made to the United States Army, we're gonna get rid of that too. Damn. I mean, now listen, General Brown, black man, why are you fighting for a country who's showing you straight up and down it's still fighting you? Why would you fight for them? And I even go further when you talk about the brother that is over Afrikan, the United States African Command. What's his name? Charles Langley, General Langley. Man, what are you doing? He had the nerve to go to Congress and testify to Congress that there's a problem with Ibrahim Traore, who is in Burkina Faso, that there is a problem with him because he has said that he's no longer going to allow the United States and France to come over here in Burkina Faso and steal the property, steal the gold. He says no. And now Duck says, okay, if y'all ain't gonna act right over here in Africa, we're gonna take away the aid that you're getting from the USA. The brother said Brother Traore said, keep your stuff. We don't need it. And so now he has started the land in Burkina Faso to start to develop to where is that, and let me show you over here. He's right there. He's right there. He said, look, all right, Duck, Buck duck. Keep your stuff. And he has started the land to producing to where now he's feeding all of this just from the land production in Burkina Faso. He says, we don't need you. We'll feed ourselves. And now you got Brother Charles Langley, General, talking about that's bad. That's a problem. Man, are you out of your mind now? Now you a Marine. Duck just done fired your brother who was head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and you still loyal? What's wrong with you? I'm telling y'all, I'm unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. We gotta wake up from that kind of thinking. That's not mentally healthy to support people, and not only support them, actually be active in the killing of your own people. That's like you go home and kill your mama. Well, the mayor said that my mama wasn't right, and my father wasn't right, and my sister wasn't right, and my brother wasn't. So I'm going to give an order. I'm going to help them to kill them all because they pay me. I'm a general. I'm top dog. They done let me rise through the rank to run part of the military. Man, you out of your mind. And with being out of your mind, you got to come back home, Doc. I mean, and the door is open. You got to come back home. See, we were sleeping when China came up with that black pie, and it got over here in Europe, and they started making them weapons and sharing it. And then, see, they took that weapon and came over here and stole this land from the native people that they found here. Christopher Columbus, thinking and trying to prove that the world was round, because everybody thought that the world was flat. And the woman there in Spain says, well, if you want to prove it, what that means is you can sail west and come up east. Christopher sailed west, and when because they didn't know anything about this land at the time, found America, landed right here at Plymouth Rock, and he thought that he was over here in India. And actually, if he could have got past this piece of land and continued to sail on the Pacific Ocean, he could have landed here in India, but he was going to run into China. He was going to run into Bangkok. Shoot, if he didn't steer right, he going to run into Australia. But he was lost. And so he came up in here and he called the people that he found here, he called them Indians because he thought he was over here in India. Those people got annihilated. They came over here and massacred them. And then after they massacred them, they came over here and stole us to work the land. That's because we didn't understand what was going on and didn't have the gun that China produced and that they used to make into weapons. Well, now we done woke up to that. We got a gun. And we using the gun. Now Russia is giving up guns and Cuba is giving up guns, but we don't need their guns because now you got Ethiopia making a gun. A world-class gun. And now those guns that Ethiopia is making is being given to Niger and Mali and Burkina Faso. Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. And they have bound together with their armies and said, look, we gonna fight. The theft is over. You ain't stealing over here no more. And now that attitude is caught on because now you got Ghana saying that, look, we're going to stop them from stealing too. You got the Ivory Coast saying we're going to stop them from stealing too. You got Guinea who's got the bauxite that they need for the aluminum. They got so much that China, who is really the world's producer of goods, they don't have the bauxite that they need. So they've been trading with Guinea right there. And Guinea saying, look, we're going to stop that too. Y'all done come over here and made a deal. Look, instead of us giving that bauxite to you, we going to use it and we going to make our own. We sick and tired of you coming over here, taking our stuff. We didn't hear Saigon Mary, but we know the spirit. Why will we let you fight for you, allow you to take our stuff when you're using it to harm our people? What sense that make? I'm telling you, this is a Pan-Africanist perspective. This is not about where you was born. I don't care whether you was born in Baltimore, Atlanta, Indianapolis. I don't care where you were born, or if you was born in Russia, or if you was born in China, or if you was born in Australia. I don't care if you was born in Greenland. This ain't about where you was born. This is about where you're from. And this land is rich. And it's going to serve us because the brothers done stood up and they gonna fight. Now, we don't have to fight here, but we can. Right now, you got about 2 million soldiers in the United States military. And we can shut the military down because, and you know how I know? Because we done it. We shut the military down in Vietnam to where it's that they had to make the decision to get out of there. That's an experience that not many of you have. That's the reason why you look at it and you say, well, Jabu's so bold, he don't look at like he's got any fear. That's because of my experiences. That's because I know what we done in Vietnam. We shut the United States military down. And we can do it again. Because right now, in the United States of America, you got 160,000 of us, which is about 20% of the military now. You got about 160,000 of us still up in the military, and if they wake up, we can shut this thing down. But there's also another pool of military expertise in the United States. There's 2.5 million Africans that are vets that are in the United States. That's more black veterans, more African veterans in the United States than what there is in the totality of the United States Army. I'm telling y'all, I'm unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. The only thing that stops us from stopping them from killing us and stealing our resources is organization. Hell, we got heart. We'll fight. But if we don't have the weapon, then we'll lose. Or the cost to win will be that much greater because they can't beat us. They can't whip us. They don't know nothing about fighting. And that's the reason why they sent us to Vietnam. And they were sustaining the war in Vietnam that they took over from France. They took over from France because the brothers in Algeria was fighting. Where is Algeria? They was fighting and France had to go over through here because they were stealing. Uh, where is Algeria? I can't even find it right now. But it over here on the African continent, they was fighting, and so France decided that they wanted to go to Algeria and fight, and so the United States says, okay, we'll take care of Vietnam for you, and went over there and got their butt beat because Saigon Mary woke us up. Yeah, we can shut it down, and the reason why I know we can shut it down because we shut it down. That's the reason why I am the man that I am. I was part of the African soldiers in Vietnam that shut down the United States military. So that means that if we've done it before, we can do it again. And now there is more of us. There's 2.5 million veterans. There's almost 50 million of us here in totality. 2.5 Vietnam veterans. We're trained. We know how to fight, and we don't have to fight because they gonna fight. All we need to do is stop the military, the U.S. military, from coming over here to fight, and we can do that just by sitting down. There's 60 million of us just sat down. America would fall down and act like she got some sense. You've been listening to Elder Umoja Ajabu, a Pan-African who is unbought, unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. We're going to start going live every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, on the Black Panther Movement website, on their Facebook page. We're going to be live. We're also going to be live on YouTube and Pinterest. We're going to get it out there because we're going to join up and hook up. And we're organized with our brothers on the continent because they unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. We're getting organized. We're getting mobilized so that we can realize our rightful place in the world order of things. You can catch me, Ajabu Speaks, every Saturday, if you're in Indianapolis, on the FM dial, 91.9 FM. If you're anywhere else in the world, you can catch me live on WITT at the website, streaming live at 919 www.919witt.org. Unbought, unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. Yeah, we can shut America down by sitting down and being organized, that when they come around and try to make us get up, to be able to defend ourselves. There is nothing against the law from sitting down and saying that I'm no longer going to participate in your organization that's killing me, not only here at home, but abroad. Or when I say home, killing us home and abroad and down here. Shoot, there's 130 to 150 million of us right here in South America. All we got to do is sit down. They gonna fight. And they done already ran France, back to France, that you get out of here. That brother in the Democratic Republic of the Congo is acting like that he wanted to make a deal with Doug. Now he's backing up on that. Unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth. I ain't got but one question for you. You ready?